You're listening to the Daily Sales Tips podcast, and I'm your host, Scott Ingram. Today's tip comes from Liz Wendling. Liz is a nationally recognized business and sales consultant and the author of 6 books. Liz shows professionals how to make a profound difference in the way they sell and communicate both online and offline. Here she is.
The "I can't afford it" objection usually comes up when someone isn't convinced of the value of your product, service, or offering. Or maybe they're scared. It is rare that people don't actually have the money or the means to get the money for what they value. When people really want something, they will find a way. Now, I don't always take that objection, the money objection, at face value, and here's why. I am not going to allow a potential client to enroll me, to sell me in their story of lack. That story is what's keeping them stuck right where they are. And it's my job to help move them past that objection to see that things can be different for them. If your transmission went out in your car and that was the only way for you to get to work, wouldn't you find a way to pay for the repairs? And you'd probably do it pretty darn quickly. People find a way to pay for what they value. If someone's on the phone with you and they share that they don't have the money to invest in the very thing they're talking to you about, I want to challenge you to dig a little deeper and uncover the real issue. So how do you get over this objection? How do you transform this objection? So let's say a client says to you, "We'd really like to move forward and start working with you, but your fees are a little higher than 2 of the other people we're talking to, and I'm just not sure I can afford it." Now, the typical old school response, if you want to look like you got stuck in the 80s, sounds like this. "Well, they're both good accountants, but neither one of them specializes in this, or X, or Y, or Z, or my fees are worth it because I'll provide you with excellent service, and I can do this, and I can do that." And all the client hears is blah, blah, blah. Now, all of this sounds to the prospective client like a mammoth justification, not a compelling reason why your fees are higher. It is your job to get underneath the objection and gain a better understanding of their objection. So here's what you might say. "Bob, I appreciate you telling me that I'm your top choice and that you'd like to hire me. However, it sounds like my higher fees are a stumbling block and you'd like to discuss them a bit more. Is that correct? Why don't we take a step back and revisit some of the specialized services that you're looking for and how I deliver them? And then you and I can talk about how those fees specifically work into the overall plan. How does that sound?" So the next time you hear an objection, don't panic and think that you have to fight back and go into justification mode. I just want you to go into problem solver mode instead. You can do it. Resist trying to go into justification and step into being a problem solver and work yourself around the objection. Talk through the objection. Don't try to overcome the objection.
As always, we've got more about Liz for you at DailySales.Tips/534. One of those links will take you to a free audio program where Liz will show you how to transform your sales language and change your sales results. Once you've connected with Liz and checked out her resources, be sure to come back tomorrow for another great sales tip. Thanks for listening.